I built an entire YouTube channel, scripts, voice, video, thumbnails, all of it without showing my face, without a camera, and without spending $1 to start. And here's the part most guides get wrong. They hand you 10 tools for every job and let you figure it out. I'm doing the opposite. One tool per job. My actual pick, the one I run this channel on, here's the exact $0 stack. Here's how this works for every stage: writing, voice, video, images, footage, editing, captions, music, thumbnails, analytics. I'm giving you one tool. The one I actually use, not a list, not a comparison, just my real answer. And where there's a genuine reason to have a backup, a free tier limit, a specific use case, I'll give you exactly one fallback and tell you precisely when to reach for it. Stage 1, script and ideas. First choice, Claude. Second option, ChatGPT, quick iteration only. Use Claude. Every long-form script on this channel gets written in Claude. It holds a full 12 to 15 minute structure without losing the thread or drifting into that generic, obviously AI tone. That's the actual writing tool. The only time I leave it when I want 5 fast alternate hooks or title options to react to. That's a 2-minute detour into ChatGPT. Not where the script gets written, where I get quick options to bounce off. One mistake worth naming. Early on, I had one AI research, write, and edit in the same conversation. It sounded like an AI wrote it, because I was making one tool do 3 jobs. Keep the jobs separate, even if the tool doesn't have to be. Stage 2, Voiceover. First choice, ElevenLabs. Second option, PlayHT, free tier fallback. Use ElevenLabs. It's the only voice tool I run on this channel. Nothing else gets this close to sounding human on emotional lines. Listen closely.
I've been trying to fix this error for 3 hours. And I finally figured it out.
That's not a real person. That's ElevenLabs. The one catch, the free tier caps your monthly characters, and you'll hit that wall around video 3 or 4. When you do, PlayHT's free tier is the fallback that gets you through until you're ready to pay for ElevenLabs properly. Stage 3, video generation. First choice, Google Flow's second option, Runway Gen-4, only for post-production time saving. Use Google Flow. It's my default for every AI-generated shot on this channel. Nothing I've tested handles motion and audio as cleanly, which matters most for anything with real movement. The one exception, when I need stylized cinematic slots with creative camera control, that's when I switch to Runway. It saves editing and post-production time, so it's worth the swap for that one specific case. Stage 4, image generation. First choice, Flux Pro. Second option, Ideogram, only for legible text and image. Use Flux Pro. It's my go-to for anything that needs to look photorealistic. B-roll images, thumbnail source shots, anything that shouldn't look obviously AI generated. The one exception, if I need actual legible text rendered inside the image itself, a sign, a logo, on-screen text, I switch to Ideogram. It's the only one of the two that renders text reliably. So that's the specific trigger for switching. Stage 5, stock footage. First choice, Pexels. Second option, Pixabay, only if Pexels comes up empty. Use Pexels first. It's free, no attribution needed, and honestly faster than generating a clip for simple B-roll, city shots, nature, generic scenes. If I can't find the shot there, Pixabay is my second stop. Before I even think about spending an AI video credit on something stock footage can already cover. Stage 6, editing and assembly. CapCut for assembly. Opus Clip for repurposing. The script for transcript-based editing only. Use CapCut to put the whole video together. Free, fast, and the templates alone save hours on transitions and pacing. Once the long-form video is done, turning it into shorts is a different job. That's Opus Clip. It finds the clip-worthy moments automatically, so I'm not rewatching my own video hunting for them. And if I'm working on something audio-heavy where I'd rather edit by editing the transcript than scrubbing a timeline by ear, that's when the script comes in. A specific tool for a specific moment, not a CapCut replacement. You can have full video tutorial on the script. Just click on the video on the right corner. Stage 7, Captions. First choice, Submagic. Second option, Captions.ai, only for a cleaner long-form style. Use Submagic. Every video on this channel runs through it. The stylized animations alone noticeably boost retention, especially on shorts. If I want something cleaner and less flashy for a long-form segment, Captions.ai is the one-line swap. Otherwise, Submagic is the default. Stage 8, Music and Sound Effects. First choice, Suno AI. Second option, Epidemic Sound, post-monetization upgrade. Use Suno. It's free, fast, and generates fully original music. So there's zero copyright claim risk, which matters more than people realize when they're starting out. Once you're monetizing and want fully licensed, professional grade tracks, that's when Epidemic Sound is worth the subscription. You do not need it to start. That's an upgrade, not a requirement. Stage 9, thumbnails. First choice, ChatGPT image. Second option, Manus AI, layout/finishing pass. Use ChatGPT image for the base concept. Fast and great for testing multiple compositions in minutes. Then I run it through Manus for the actual layout and design finishing pass. That's the difference between a raw AI image and something that actually looks like a finished image. Stage 10, analytics. First choice, vidIQ. Second option, TubeBuddy. A/B testing thumbnails specifically. Use vidIQ. It's the one I check before I even script a video. Keyword and search demand research. So I know a video is worth making before I make it. TubeBuddy comes in after upload, specifically for A/B testing thumbnails. That's its one job in my workflow, nothing more. That's 10 stages, 10 tools, one answer each. If you want the deeper comparisons, every backup option, every free tier alternative, I didn't have time for that here. That's exactly what the rest of this channel is for. Full breakdowns on each stage are coming. Here's the part almost nobody talks about. And it's the actual reason most Faceless channels stop progressing completely around video 3. None of these 10 tools matter if you don't know exactly who you're making videos for. I spent my first several videos treating AI tools as my whole audience, which meant I was really talking to no one specifically. The channel didn't move until I got specific, not just AI tools, but AI tools for people building a channel exactly like this one. That one shift, picking a person, not a topic, did more for this channel than any tool on this entire list. So, if you take one thing from this video, don't just copy my tool stack. Copy the process of getting specific about who you're building for first. The tools are replaceable. The clarity isn't, if you're building something like this yourself, subscribe. Every stage I covered today gets its own deep dive on this channel. Drop a comment telling me which one you want first, and it might be the next video.